Hello, good evening. I hope it's good evening, yes. Good evening, this is Kenya News Alerts, and the show is Government and History. And I'm your host, House of Zulfa. Karibu guest wangu, nitwaje?
Naitwa is Philip. I'm happy to be here with you. Yeah, and as we continue with Raila, I'd like to welcome all of you. Yeah.
So yes, Raila as the political leader.
Yeah.
Raila is who?
Is a politician now.
Is a politician because yesterday recap ya jana ilikuwa kwamba we met Raila as the man.
Yeah.
Tukajua alimelelewa wapi, amesomea wapi.
Yeah.
Life yake before hata afikirie kuhusu politics, and maybe he didn't want to know he didn't want to be a politician, maybe, you know.
Yeah, maybe half of him, but
so when did you first hear the name Raila?
I first heard the name Raila as I was growing up.
No, growing up is not a specific time. I want you to tell me the first time you had. I can tell you the first time I heard about Raila. There was I came to Kenya, and I saw those yellow. Orange.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "This are for some party," and then he told me about Kalonzo, and he told me about. I will never forget we were in that junction ya kwenda Mombasa, and he said that now Raila, and he explained to me about Raila. You know, not deeper, but just said that he's vying for presidency. So when did you first hear about Mr. Raila Amolo Odinga?
Since you are older than me with some few years, I had Raila.
I'm older than you with a few years.
Just a few.
A few?
Yeah.
You're older than me with 7 years, bro. What's wrong with you? But it's okay, tell me.
I had him when I was doing social studies.
Yeah.
In class 4.
So ulikaa hizo miaka zote ujue Raila ni nani?
Yeah, I was just hearing Raila.
Then we are failing as a nation.
Kabisa.
Kama ulikaa for 4, mtu akiwa class 4 ako 7 years, 7 hapo.
8 or 10.
7, 6 years, senior?
Yeah, 10.
Yes. So, tell me about now him as a leader. So you were told, what are you told about him in social studies?
In social studies, we were told that he was a great man. He fought for this country. He did his political analysis of this country. He always wanted to reform the country. He always wanted to lead this country. He believed that he had a future. He saw a bright future for this country.
But he keeps on failing.
He believed that he saw a greatness of the country. But he never implemented the greatness he saw because he never won a single presidential election. It is only presidential election because he was once the MP. Yeah.
So watu waliona it's enough for them to for yeye kukuwa MP, but hawajaona yeye it's enough for him to lead this country.
Yeah, something like that.
So tell me about your views on that.
Okay.
As we get into it.
So according to me, some of that Raila political life history, it's he could have just changed course, you know.
The course of Kenya?
No, the course that he saw that there was no hope in winning this thing.
He never saw because ameuliza mpaka juzi.
Yeah. But
that was his last one. I'm hearing that he can't ask for another one.
No, he can't. He's 79, 80. That's a president at 80 years. Na si ati ukifika 80 ukiwa kwa nini? Ukiwa elected, that one is different from ukifika 80 na
bado. You're not elected.
Yeah. You know? So now, yeah, he is not quite the electing type.
because he's old.
Yeah. They are like
but I'm told that an older person knows how to lead more than a young person. Maybe he will know how to lead.
Yeah,
old is older.
Old is gold. We all know that.
So you're saying that now Kenyans have lost all hope in that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So now tell me, when did he start his political journey?
Okay, he started his political journey in 1982, whereby he was involved in the coup that wanted to overthrow the then president Daniel Arap Moi, and he was arrested, and he was jailed.
So he was the one who was leading he was leading the coup.
Yeah, the coup with his father.
Mtoto anabaki kashikana.
Haya.
Sababu ya nini?
They wanted to overthrow Moi.
Moi anataka hiyo story.
No. Saizi unadhani nani anaweza kubali atoke? Moi and Ruto are so similar. Yeah. So you just one thing about Moi used to he used the not the parliament but the judiciary, because Raila was sentenced without substantial evidence and all that, but Ruto is using the police. So both of them have that one thing.
Okay, so in the 1970s and 80s, Odinga was politically active and supported government reforms in Kenya.
Yeah.
In 1982, he was accused of plotting against President Daniel Arap Moi and was imprisoned without trial for 6 years.
Yes. As I said,
tushimbe hayo sasa. So now, he's a young man. I'm told first he was employed for the Kenyan Standards and Bureau. That is KBS. Ambayo ina approve chakula ambayo tunakula, ina approve everything that we get. That is KBS, yes?
Yeah.
And then now, because his father is still bado kwa government, kidogo pale anagusia kwenye mchezo wa nini? Wa politics. Sindio? And then now he's planning the coup. So he was arrested after the coup happened, ama he was arrested because it was being planned?
He was arrested after its execution, because the
take me back there for coup. How did that go down?
People wanted to overthrow Moi
because he was really with an iron fist.
Yeah. And they failed because what
happened? Because it was back then, and I should really know it. But I want you to tell me, and I want you to tell our viewers and our listeners. So how did it go down? How did the coup go down?
Okay. My investigation and my research does not give the full answers, but we shall look for someone who has the full research says that a group of people decided that they've had enough, just like the Gen Z did. They have had enough from the then president, and they looked for politicians who could support them during such a time. They stormed not White House, State House.
Yes.
They wanted to take down His Excellency, late Moi. Moi, yeah. So, yeah. And one of them made history suit. Okay,
so I'm going to explain to you how this went down, yes? Because we cannot understand Mali alianza politically if you don't know why the coup happened and how it happened, yes?
Yeah.
Because we are told it was hapo kipaumbele kwenye hiyo coup, sindio? So in 1982, Kenyan coup attempt, it was an attempt because we it failed, sindio? Was a failed attempt to overthrow President Daniel Arap Moi government on 1st August, led by Kenya Air Force privates Ezekiah Ochuka. You know, Air Force is one of the deadliest forces. Air Force and Navy, and then maybe those people in land. Army.
Yeah.
So Private Ezekiel Ochuka, I want you to keep those names, yes?
Yeah,
because we're going to talk about them in future.
Yeah.
So the coup saw rebels seize several air bases as well as the headquarters of state radio. That the state radio was KBC.
KBC.
Then went and what?
Ilikuwa to KBC.
You want to KBC Kenya?
Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Before they were retaken by government forces, resulting in a coup's failure. So ni Kenya forces peke yake.
Air Force.
Yes, yeah, Air Force. The Air Force peke yake ndio ilikuwa imeamua coup. Which means wangekuwa ajanja sana. Okay, maybe they thought because Kenya Air Force is usually the most powerful one. When they take that one, they will win. But I think wangekuwa wamechora wa maji na wa huko na wa land. Ni hivyo, it could have happened.
They undermined them.
Yes, because umeacha watu wa maji na wengine wa nini wa huku chini kwa hii ardhi ukachukua wa angani yenyewe watakusaidiaje? Si ndio? After being extradited back to Kenya from Tanzania, Ochuka tried and found guilty of leading the coup attempt. So Ochuka, after apate imefail, he ran away to Tanzania to hide in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Na Tanzania government Tanzania ikampea Kenya, extradite. When you extradited, you're taken. Ni kama vile mamako unapigwa na babako na alafu ama unapigwa na mamako na unaenda kujifia kwa babako na babako anakupeana tu.
Yeye alikuwa anafanya hivyo.
So that is what Tanzania did to Ochuka.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
And he was hanged. What?
Yeah. Treason was dealt by
yani it was an iron fist.
Yeah.
Kuna hangi nyingine ilikuwa kiapen Kenya tangu hizo masiku. People are people hung right now?
No, they just disappear without a trace and they never come back. Okay, he was hanged in 1987. Also implicated in the coup attempt was Jaramogi Odinga, a former vice president to Jomo Kenyatta, Moi's predecessor, and his son Raila Amolo Odinga.
Now tell me, nimeshaelezea kuhusu coup vile ilikuwa. Were they both arrested?
Yeah. And both they were imprisoned without trial. Raila found not guilty, still imprisoned without trial for 6 good years, from 82 to 88. Released for a few months and then arrested again.
Tell me about that. How was it?
It was not good. It was not cool. Life in prison is never sweet. So, and it is to be reminded that his mother died when he was still in prison.
Yes. And
the warden saw it not to thought that they should not tell him until 2 months after his mother's death. You can imagine what kind of animosity was in Kenya.
So you want to tell me that these guys were arrested yeye na babake.
Yeah.
Na venye wakapatikana mmoja si guilty. Lakini bado akaekwa ndani for all that time.
Yeah.
Now I want you to go back to mamake akupale mgonjwa na akiwa mgonjwa mtoto wake ako ndani, bwanake ako ndani.
Yeah.
So how do you think it was for the family? And you know right now Odinga is Mr. Raila is married, ako na watoto.
It was the hardest time for a mother because the government has taken 2 of the most important people in your life.
Yes.
Your husband and your son.
And wamefungiwa huko.
Wamefungiwa.
So explain to the viewers, because you know you're really good in history and that's why you're here as a guest. Yes? So explain to them. And go put yourself as an history major Apple. How was it for them?
In historical terms, it was devastating.
Yes.
Because it is never sweet that a country is facing all that and yet those who are trying to defend that country are shut down.
Yes.
So it's not sweet.
Let me tell you, these things that do not affect only the government ama the Kenya. Toa Kenya kwa hii story sasa. Toa Kenya kwa hii story. Toa Kenya kwa hii story. Toa Kenya kwa hii story kabisa, na uweke familia yake. Mamake ako pale nyumbani. Na mamake unajua acha mamake, babake pia ameshikwa.
Yeah.
And you know back then is when people used to die.
Yeah.
Live atufichi. So how do you think that was for the wives of any mother-in-law and daughter-in-law? Bibi ya Raila na mama ya Raila walikuwaje? Put us, let us travel back in time and go back there.
It was traumatizing. Na walikuwa wanalala wakishikilia roho, because anytime the husband and the son, the husbands and the son, because Raila was the husband and the son too, because anytime they could hear that they are being executed, they are being hanged, you know. So for a mother, that one was traumatizing. I think that is what brought in the quick death, you know.
Pressure ikampanda.
Yeah, unapata bwanangu ameshikwa, mtoto ameshikwa, and any moment
wanaweza kufa,
wanaweza uliwa. Hiyo kitu hata kama even the strongest of mothers.
You know, those are the kind of movies we should do. You know, I love such things. Now look at Kenya. Let us go back, our viewers. Go back there. I don't know if this is only for people who, like, I want you to imagine, it's a dark time in Kenya right now, in that moment, in 1982. Sawa? Ulisikia bwanako na mtoto wako wakiplan kufanya coup. Sawa? Obviously, it was a ash moment, yeah? So, huyo Ezekiel alikuwa anakuja kwa nyumba na mbona amekuja. Unaambia bwanako, Odinga, stop this. Stop this. I was like, if you don't do this, Kenya will not be good. You know, you're telling your husband, this might kill you, this might kill our son. You know, as a woman, you're always like that. Sawa? Yeah. And they're like, then the next moment, unasikia ni yao coup ija happen. Sawa? Na unasikia wameshikwa. Wanakujia kwa nyumba, wanashikwa, you're there. How will that not affect you? I hope you're putting yourself in that shoe. These are the kind of movies we should do and explain to people how it was. You know how in Hollywood they used to do, they do movies about slavery. Yeah. You know, ambaye lipita ambaye ni mjaka. Ambaye ni lipita nyongo alifanya kama 12 years as a slave. Yeah. You see how it was back then. Yeah. Movies as a Hitler, we should do even this one too. How was it for us?
But we should look at great Kenyan producers.
Yes.
And
Wakina Masai.
Yeah, and script writer.
Wakina Baraza.
For that.
Abel Mutua kidogo.
Yeah. How watu sasa tuwatafute great actors, great producers.
Saying that, but Abel Mutua is a good director. Yeah. He is, and a producer. He's a good script. Akona creativity ambayo iko sawa.
Yeah.
Kidogo.
Kina Lulu.
Lulu Hassan. Yeah, Lulu Hassan more of soaps.
Si tutamuuza tu Samuel.
Aseme ikuwe ni Raila. Raila kutoka huko. Yeah.
So yeah, we should do, as you have said, we should do that, and the next time I sit in the council of actors.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, the next time I sit in the council of actors, I will bring that up, because our history is slowly dying. Americans are already brought their own history to life.
Yeah, we know their history because we know about the person who discovered America. I mean, even if we talked about, and now bro,
John someone.
That person. Yeah. We know about them because
India has its own history.
You usually have seen this soap ambayo imekuwa Netflix sahi. They tell us about how they fought for their countries. There's a book called Shameless, a novel. It's called is it Shameless or Caress Me? Something like that. It talks about how they were colonized and how they fought for it from a perspective of a woman who was married to a royal person from the India bloodline. So Raila, tell me about Raila. Tell me about that time. Tell me about how his mother dies and he's not told about it. Tell you're telling me, but actually you're telling our viewers, yes?
Yeah. So in 1984, Raila's mother passed away, sadly, and she was buried. But the wardens by then did not see it fit to tell Mr. Raila.
Oh God.
You can imagine.
2 months.
They stayed for 2 months without telling.
This is torture, psychological torture.
Yeah.
To show you that your mother is, you're told, yes, that you should consider the family that you're making.
Yeah.
Is more important than the family that you're coming from.
Indeed.
But the family that you're coming from marks the family that you're making.
Yeah.
You know? So your mother dies.
And you're not told. Like, hauambiwi kabisa. For 2 good months. Anazikwa hadi watu wa kijiji wanamsahau. You know? And you are there, you don't even have an idea, you don't have a clue.
Okay.
But I'm sure mwenye alimwambia si.
So hebu nikuulize, nani alibaki ndani? Babake alikuwa nani na yeye?
Yeah, I think they were both.
So your wife dies.
What? Some things, if you just start thinking about them, you can just go crazy in this country. Because the things, ukoloni mamboleo yenye imetufanyika even ever since Kenya became independent. Hey, it is worse than what was there. It is.
And that's why right now tusikubali kurudi miaka kama hiyo.
Sasa kama tunakuja tunadanganya na pesa kidogo
200 unga
tunarudishwa even before 92, even before Moi's era.
Uko when our colony were here.
Yeah, we are taken back
by
to
our
the era
own
of
person.
Elizabeth.
By our own person.
You can imagine.
Aish.
Sometimes it's not just traumatizing. It is killing. It kills from inside.
Aish.
Before it comes out, you're like, God.
This is not good. This is not good. And that's why I am saying, for the freedom that you have now, Kenya News Alerts is your partner when it comes to your advertisement. On your screen, there is a number. Take that number. Call us. And we shall represent every detail of anything that you want us to advertise for you. Because we have top-notch, top-tier directors, top-tier producers, top-tier actors, and top-tier what is it called? Top-tier cameras, yeah?
Cameras, yeah.
Equipment, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. You know what, I'm confused. That's why I'm stammering when I'm coming to this. Because they're like, how does your mother die? You know, we want to know Raila Odinga as a political leader today. Okay?
Yeah. You can imagine the kind of torture, psychological torture that was, knowing that your mother died and was buried months ago.
This person is intimidated. This person is killing your self-esteem. Kabisa. Oh my God.
Sometimes you just look at the situation in this country.
Tell me, now continue. Akatoka jela, uko wapi nini nyingine?
Akatoka jela, akarudishwa tena. He was house arrested in September the same year.
So you want to tell me that these are the people that fought for Kenya? Sisi tulikuwa bado chini ya dictatorship.
Yeah.
These are the people who risked their lives, their livelihoods. Bwana Raila Amolo Odinga.
You can imagine. And those are the same people that right now we just mistreat and we just look down upon. You know? Sometimes I feel like telling ourselves, as a country, we should be ashamed of the people we are putting in government. Really? The people who fought for us, we are not...
The people right now that hatujali kuhusu.
Yeah, hatujali.
Tampea kura.
Tunawadanganya tu.
Even
if it's politics.
Oh my God.
Let's see the people who did something for us, who made an impact. I hope I'm loud enough. I want Kenyans to realize that this country has people who made impact. Those are the people who see the greatness of this country. Not just the people who are born and find this country standing on its 2 legs or tentacles if it has any.
But he found Kenya akiwa Kenya ameshaoga akakuwa msafi. Na sasa hizi tunataka kumrudisha mali alikuwa hata hakuwa anajua kuvaa.
Na mwenye alimuosha tunamtupia
mate like
tunawadharau. What in holy God's name is going on? Oh my, Raila fought for this country so much. And where is he now? Where is he ending up?
He's somewhere debating
for
yeah.
He should be now thinking the next time
ametafuta mapenzi Kenya imemkosa.
Yeah.
Ameamua kwenda huko aone yeye atapata mapenzi kidogo.
I don't even know what to say about this country anymore.
Tell me, continue. You're our guy.
I don't know what to say about this country because anytime someone tries to help you, someone tries to save you, you end up screwing everything. And once you reach to your end, you are like, come and help us. And when he offers you a helping hand, you don't want it. You bite the hand that is helping you. You bite the hand that is serving you.
The hand that fought for you to be a free country right now.
It's the hand, the same hand.
The hand. Let me tell you, told that people do not remember.
Yeah.
If this, we know the stories of Syokimau. I don't know if you were here when I was doing the stories of Syokimau.
Yeah.
Were you here? No, you weren't. No. Okay. So Syokimau, we don't know the life of Syokimau from her. We don't know who her mother is.
Yeah.
People say she's like a goddess who came to earth.
Yeah.
But we know her stories because her stories were told on to generations and generations. Now they were told with such power and such finesse that we know them up to today, yes? So now if people told the same stories about Raila or Odinga with like what's story ni Njaka peke yake.
Yeah.
We say unajua Raila alishikwa sababu ya Kenya. Raila ndio mtu ambaye alijaribu kupigania hii Kenya, you know? Maybe right now we could have given me, but because before uambiwe story ya Raila unaambiwa na unajua ni Njaka. Na unajua wanapenda kupiga watu na mawe. Na unajua wajaka wako hivi. You know? So unapata atujui nini? So our viewers tell us, how is Raila the president that we will never have?
Is
Raila the president that we will never now have? Commentini pale kwenye comment section as I continue to encourage you that Kenya News Alert is your partner when it comes to your advertisement. We are the top tier producers, top tier directors, top tier actors and creative body here in Kenya News Alerts. So take that number on your screen and call us. So Mr. Raila ni ule ameshikwa, ametoka kushikwa.
Yeah.
So tell us, amekuwa MP mahali ametoka amefanya nini? How is his journey?
Yeah, he was an MP.
Yes.
And he vied for presidency in 2007, whereby he lost. No,
I want to know.
Before the 2007, he vied for presidency against President Moi, and then he lost. He became the third one, and after that I think that one is called the second runners up. Yeah, and from there after he lost, he did not lose the parliamentary seat. You know, he was a great guy, because you can imagine losing a country and still winning.
Okay, so you're vukain and you have to go slowly. Sawa?
Yeah.
Because unajua nataka mtu aelewe who Raila is a political leader.
Yeah.
So when you go to 07 elections and we don't know in 1991 that he went to Norway to seek a future huko kidogo sababu Moi alikuwa amemfuatilia sana, you know? Unapata tunavuka segments.
Yeah.
So tell us, you know, let me tell you. So after Odinga's release, he was twice arrested for campaigning against one party rule. And remember then, ilikuwa ni party tu moja.
Yeah.
Arambe, that was the party. Arambe.
Kanu.
Kanu.
Yeah. Arambe was Nani's slogan. was
Kanu. Kanu was the only Kanu was stood for Kenya.
I don't know, Kenya Alliance of National Union.
Yeah. So it was only one party rule.
Yeah.
And he was campaigning against seats. So alishika mara ngapi? Mara mbili, si ndio?
Yeah.
And in 1981 he sought refuge in Norway. He returned to Kenya in 1992 and was elected a member of the National Assembly that year under a banner of the Forum for the Restoration of Democracy Kenya, Ford K.
Yeah, Ford K.
So akakimbia akaenda because aliona huku nitauliwa.
Yeah.
But so then I think people loved him then and knew what he had sacrificed, and the stories were being told. Wakipika chakula wanaambiwa mkumbuke Raila. So people grew up knowing that Raila fought for this country and Raila is fighting for this country. Yes. Yeah. So now he goes to Norway and he comes back in Kenya and is elected a member of the National Assembly.
Yeah.
Without kumekuwa na freedom of what? Parties. Sindio?
Yeah.
Of other political parties. Sindio? So into a Ford K. The party led by his father. After his father's death in 1984, Odinga became embroiled in leadership struggle within the party, and in 1996 left Ford K and joined National Development Party, NDP. So ameingia kwa party ya babake.
Yes.
Sawa?
Yes.
Babake amekufa mwaka wa 1994.
Yeah,
1994, yes. And after kufa you think obviously because you guys know tulikuwa tumeshikwa sababu ya nini? Sababu ya fighting for Kenya, fighting for us to our freedom.
Yeah.
So because my father and I did this and tried to fight for this, so you guys are going to give me this set, and they don't. Okay? Wanawambia wewe ndio unajua hivyo. Hiyo ni story ya jaba huko. Hapa hawezi electiwa leader because babako tunalikuwa nini. So he leaves Ford K and joins NDP.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
That is National Development Party. Okay, so what are his political maneuvers? In 1987, Odinga stood unsuccessfully as the NDP candidate for election as presidency. What? As president of Kenya. So in 1997.
Yeah, that is when he started.
Kuuliza uprezo.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That was the first time he stood up against the then president. Because the elections, because now it was open for anyone who was not of Kanu to run to be elected, you know. But he lost. He lost to President William. Why am I always remembering William Ruto? Yeah, William Ruto is just making me angry. Anyway, so he lost to President Moi. But he did not give up. He started campaigning very much against his rule. And from there, he went to the 2002. You know?
So, in 1987, Odinga stood unsuccessfully as the NDP candidate for election as president of Kenya, but was able to retain his seat in the National Assembly.
Yeah.
He and the NDP thereafter gave their support to Moi, and the ruling Gikuyu dominated Kenya African National Union.
Yeah.
So what happened to alipenda power yake yote?
I think
The moment he stopped being his own person and he started supporting Moi, I'm happen to want to lose hope now. Seriously, we are believing to stand with you, and now you come after we have stood with you and you give power to this dictator. Maybe that's where he lost everything.
I think it is not the first time he's losing faith in people.
Just your action ya kupeana kusupport your opponent.
If there is no
deal akaboy kwa tu kwa opposition wewe.
Yeah.
Kwa opposition utalipa bro, utakuwa fiti.
Bora tu unabonga.
Bora tu unabonga story venye nyingi hapa za to understand, because at this point why did he give? Why is the supporting is nini?
Unajua nafikanga mahali they say if you can't beat them, join them. So maybe he used that criteria.
And how did he expect that in life ever you'll ever get that seat again if he gave it out for free? Unataka decision yako moja na kuharibia maisha yako yote, si ndio? So Odinga joined Moi's cabinet as energy minister. Akapewa deal in 2001.
Yeah.
And the NDP was absorbed into the ruling party the following year, with the Odinga becoming Secretary General of KANU.
You can imagine. Secretary
So guys, so basically this person hata hakuna place alikuwa win presidency ever.
Si sasa ndio nakwambianga Raila is not meant to be the president of this country. Now you can see why. Now you can see why. I surely tell you Raila is not meant to be president of this country.
So alisigningi deal huko kitambo.
Yeah. By signing that he sealed his fate. He sealed his fate, and the fates cut the thread because they knew he would never be so. Cut. And boom. You cannot, Zulfa. God has given you this, and you give it away.
Esau nani?
Jacob and Esau.
Yes. Who gave the other? Esau gave it to Jacob.
Yeah, he gave his firstborn
for a plate of food.
For a plate of.
I know we want to assume that Raila gave it to become the Minister of Energy.
You can imagine.
Continue. I want to meditate on that.
You know, the other day when we were talking about the current EAC elections, someone said Raila will not win. And we are afraid that might be true. Because how can you give power like you're just giving it away? If I give you a job and then kesho napata imagine.
That is not good. That is not good.
People, if you are given authority, use it very well.
Yeah. So Odinga's hope of succeeding Moise as KANU's candidate for presidency in the 2002 election was shattered when Moi called upon the party to support Uhuru Kenyatta, son of former President Jomo Kenyatta.
Betrayal in the city. Have you ever read that book?
Betrayal in the city.
In the city, yeah.
Several KANU members, including Odinga, formed a rainbow alliance within the party in protest of their choice, and they instead advocated for a vote among KANU members to determine the party's presidential candidate. Their pleas went unheeded, and KANU officially named Kenyatta as its candidate.
Fisher.
A few months later, in response, Odinga and the Rainbow Alliance left KANU and formed the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP.
That is after Raila has given his blessings. His you know, when you're dating someone, they promise you heaven and earth. You know? There is this Kamba lady who says, "Na the Yerusalem." So I say promise you a Jerusalem.
So I will say again in that quote.
Nah, the Jerusalem.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was promised Jerusalem. You know, she was promised.
Who did that? That woman.
She was promised Jerusalem.
Yes.
You know. Women go through things. If Zulfa, you are promised Jerusalem, the city where kings were kings.
Yes.
Where the Bible says God touched that city.
Yes.
Huh?
And you are not delivered.
You are told that I will give it to you. And then it's nowhere to be found.
Oh God. Oh God. Continue, my dear.
Sometimes you just sit and meditate on this country. If you usually take yoga classes, never sit and meditate on Kenya. Trust me. Because you'll just end up going crazy.
Yes.
like meditating in Kenya. Okay, now sit. Raila gave out his power to lead his country to Moi. He was promised that he will be given,
and he wasn't given
after Moi retired.
Yes,
he was not given. You are still meditating.
Yes, I'm still meditating on it. Yeah.
Meditate that he was betrayed, and Uhuru was named the the candidate suitable for the presidency. You are still meditating.
Yes, and then still meditating.
Skip that Kibaki era. Move from Moi's era to Uhuru's era. Because Kibaki's era was the only era that was much better in this country.
Yes.
It was better than any era that will ever be. I was not in Kenyatta's era, so I will not say.
You will not speak about Kenyatta's. In Kenyatta's, Jomo Kenyatta's. I
can say Kibaki's era, which I was still alive and I knew 1 + 1. It was the best. Tulikuwa tunanunua mkate at 20 bob.
Mkate?
Yeah. Saizi mkate sijui ni pesa ngapi. By then ilikuwa 20.
Okay.
So because nakumbuka nikienda shuleni nilikuwa na breakfast yangu consisted of half a bread.
Yes.
Mzima. Blue band ama jam.
Na you know my dad I was
avocado.
My dad used to give me like me and my sister like 55 shillings and that 55 would go buy chips and buy some quenchers with 55 bob.
Yeah.
For lunch or for snacks. You could buy chips, you could go and buy something with 55 bob. And it was the happiest time. Like I remember being really genuinely happy.
Yeah, so that 20. No, that 20 ilikuwa mkate mzima. 10 bob ilikuwa inanishibisha break time.
10 bob.
Yeah. Mkate?
Ile 10 bob ya nini? Ya 10 bob ilikuwa inatumia ya noti.
Ya noti ilikuwa hizo enzi za Moi and nani. Mimi sikuipata. But nilipata it is inakuanga.
What are you trying to say, dudes? What are you trying to say? But kulikuwa na 5 bob ya noti ya si ndio ni 5 bob ya noti
sana.
Because I remember an uncle of mine giving me that and it was the first note I had shikad. And I was like, yes.
And I'm telling you are too old. I'm children's.
Yeah,
I am children's
in this world. Obviously.
I am children's.
I'm older than your mom and you're okay,
Anyway, so yeah, that 10 bob could feed me very well. And I would eat kushiba by the time lunch ifike. Na lunch yangu ilikuwa chipo ya 20.
Yes.
Na hiyo chipo ya 20 ningekula na beshte yangu alikuwa anaitwa Brian. Tukule.
You and Brian would eat.
Yeah, tushibe.
God.
Hiyo tumekula pesa
10 bob.
10 bob. Wow.
Jesus.
That is the best era.
That is the best era.
Yeah.
And we lost that era. And now there are people who want to take us back to what? To an era where tumeshatoka.
Can someone just look for Kibaki's children if they are like that?
Yes.
Even if they have the heart of Lucy, we will take that. So, in case you know any of Kibaki's children,
tell them. There's a grandchild. There's who is like Kibaki, but he's not politically involved. But there's a grandchild of Kibaki. So let's groom. Let's handsome.
Let's groom him.
Let us groom him.
Yeah, let's groom the handsome ones.
I heard he's married to a Mzungu. He has like a Mzungu girlfriend, something like that.
So yeah. What is? Give me a name of Kibaki's son. One of them.
I don't know.
One of Kibaki's children. Groom that grandson. We need him around.
Yes.
Because where this country is going,
it is not a good place.
Cannot heal this country.
It is not a good place.
He's not capable of doing that. He lost his power when he sold his elections to the then President Moi.
Yeah, why did he do that, by the way? Why did he do that, like, seriously?
As I said, he was promised Jerusalem.
And he did not get to see Jerusalem. And that's why you're told, do not just take promises.
Yeah. Never take a promise given by a politician.
Politicians are never really there when they promise stuff. So continue telling me about Mr. Raila Odinga. So now amekuja mpata kumbe KANU walindanganya tansupport wameweza kusupport mtoto wa Jomo Kenyatta.
Yeah.
Ametoka from Jomo Kenyatta from KANU ametengeneza yake ambayo inaitwa ametengeneza yake ambayo it's new inaitwa LDP, Liberal Dependent Party or something, LDP.
Yeah.
So where does he go from there?
So from there he becomes an
so tumepata mara ya kwanza kuya yeye Raila Amolo Odinga. The first time for him to vie for presidency was in 1997 through chama inaitwa NDPE, where after that alishindwa. Then akajoin
which later teamed up the LDP teamed up with NAC, which was owned by Moi, who was not Moi but Kibaki, Kibaki, who was the opposition leader, you know. So but from there a coalition of several other parties formed the National Rainbow Coalition.
Yes.
But from then I think he had a few okay, what I can say is that Raila anakuanga na visionary.
Akona visionary, but Raila ni kama he doesn't know how to execute this thing. He is blocked from executing it. I think. He makes deals with the wrong people.
He makes with the wrong people.
People who don't really care.
He grooms people for success.
But ule mtu ambaye anataka success anataka mali yako. People use him like a bridge.
Kabisa.
To me. Because 1997, ule mtu anafaa kwa ameshapata. 1997.
He grooms people.
1997. 2002.
Yeah.
Again, he vies to become the president. And he doesn't get it.
Do you know that Raila and Kenyatta Uhuru were on the same team or on the same team? Raila and Kibaki on the same team. Raila and what was his name? What is the current president? Ruto were on the same team.
Yes.
And Raila and the then president Moi on the same team. Raila, I don't know, akisalimia tu hawa watu kwisha. Mimi ningekuwa Raila, mimi singekuwa nasalimiana.
Wajua,
when I greet you,
yes,
it's like I've given you my.
You know, the moment the moment that Raila gave up your team. How do you give up your party for someone who had you arrested for 6 years, for someone who had you fleeing away to Norway? How do you give up? So to our viewers everywhere that are viewing us live right now, please like, please subscribe, please share our live, and continue on watching. We say that Kenya News Alert is your partner when it comes to your advertisements. We have the best quality of cameras, we have the best the best producers, the best directors, the best creative team. Iko hapa Kenya News Alert. Na leo tunamwongelea Raila Odinga. We want to know him as the political leader he is right now. We want to get to know him. So like our lives. Continue to like. Continue to like, continue to comment, continue to share your views. I'll be reading them live. Okay? So tell me, Raila ameenda sasa. Ametoka amesalitiwa na Moi. You know, mimi sijui ni aje alikuwa anakubali kuingia kwa Moi wakati Moi alikuwa ameshamkimbiza hivyo. Wakati Moi alikuwa ameshamtesa hiyo design. Unaona? How do you accept that person? You know? And then now
when you promise milk and honey. When you promise milk and honey
utapata mbinguni jamani.
Haya.
Milk and honey sahi wacha.
Saizi si alipromisiwa milk and honey. My dear. Unaambiwa nitakupea asali,
yes,
nitakupea maziwa. Wewe unaweza kataa kweli?
Nakataa sababu if this person, how do you believe your enemy? A person who was alizika mamako kama hata ujui. How do you accept that?
As I always say, if you can't fight them, join them.
No, unaambiwa if you can't fight them, join them, not this them. Join our, because you got a kando. If you can't fight them,
Join our two.
Join our two. If you can't fight this, if you can't, let me tell you. Elewa vizuri, yes. If you can't fight them, join them.
Just a them now.
Because a friend, because an enemy of your enemy is
your friend.
Yeah. Continue.
So amid fears that this opposition super alliance will fail to unite and rally behind a common candidate as in previous occasions. So it is not now that Raila has started backsliding.
See, nakwambia kama 1997 decisions zake tumana Raila decision make sense. From 1997. So guys who are joining us right now, we are talking about Mr. Raila Amolo Odinga as a political leader. We want to know. Yesterday we talked about him as the man. And here in Kenya News Alert, we talk about Kilamtu. We talked about Denan Kimanthi. We talked about, did you talk about Jomo Kenyatta?
Yeah.
We talked about Jomo Kenyatta. We did?
Yeah, we did.
Jomo Kenyatta?
Yeah.
We talked about Syokimau. Today we are talking about Raila Odinga. Tomorrow we might be talking about your leader, a leader that you want us to talk about. Please comment and tell us which leader you want us to go deep and dive uko tujue what is happening with them right now. Because as Kenya right now, we need to know mali government is on Tupelega. We need to know. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? So like, comment, share. Okay? So now, tumesemaje?
So we said because of the super alliance, there was fear that it will fail because Moi being Kikuyu, Raila being
Moi being Kikuyu.
No, not Moi. Sorry, Moi Kibaki being Kikuyu, Raila being.
But Kanu, they were all from Kanu.
Yeah, right.
But you know Kanu, you said it was Kikuyu infested.
Yeah. And was it Kanu or NAC? National Rainbow Coalition. Yeah. So ikiwa na Mujaka na Kikuyu,
yeah.
They were like, itaweza kweli, itaenda hivi iende hivi ianguke. So to settle everything, Raila stood up and said, Kibaki tosha. Raila endorsed Kibaki. Hii ni mara ya ngapi?
Ya pili. I endorse another president.
Mara ya ngapi?
Ya pili.
Why? Mbona? So do you know, I think Raila did not see a future in himself. He did not believe in himself. The people who believed in Raila,
yes,
believed in Raila alone.
Yeah.
He was not with him in this journey. He saw failure in himself. That is why till date he fails. Because you can imagine endorsing Moi, Arap Moi, after he's like this close to winning,
to killing you,
to win, endorsing Kibaki. Sangekubali angeambia Kibaki, give me for once, I know this game.
Hapana, Moi alikuwa anamwambia ya kwamba wewe join us, we shall give it to you. Mbona angeuliza Moi what is happening? Moi unaweza kuendorse Kenyatta sasa? As in that is Uhuru Kenyatta.
You do not question authority, my dear.
Oh, but you are in the authority, so you should question the authority.
You do not, because once you do, the Queen of Hearts gets in the heart of the authority, and it's off with your head. Raila wanted to preserve his head and his reputation and his whatnot.
But now see where his reputation has led him right now. It has been like how many elections? Anaenda tu anashindwa. Unless you want to tell me that the deal that he made in 1997 or join Moi ilikuwa like you will always be the opposition leader. You will never be the president of Kenya. Now all you have to do is lenga tu story yetu. Because me see understand kwa nini Raila all that time. And this is a person ambaye tunaona amepigania hii nchi, ameshikwa sababu ya hii nchi. Is the one who tried kututoa from the dictatorship ya Moi. He is the person who has been pele kipaumbele, him and his family. But when it comes to being given the seat of presidency, maniambia anaibiwa. Mpaka from 1997 mpaka wa leo mtu 1987 na kwa miaka ngapi sasa? 27, 28.
Yeah.
28 years. You should have learned one or two things, one or two tricks.
Wapi.
Yes?
Wapi.
When,
do you know what somebody once told me? There is this friend tulikuwa tunakosana. Kaniambia, even fools grow old. Then nilijua amenitusi.
Even fools grow old.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So and I was like, okay, so between me and you, who is the fool? My point is, you can have an experience for almost 100 years
and still not know what to do,
and still not know.
Raila, we should meet and what goes on, because I really want to know.
I think let's say after I'm a win apple, we shall invite him, or we shall go to him.
We shall invite him to our TV station, and we want him to tell us what is going on, what goes on ikifika wakati wa elections. Tuko hapa baba, but ikishafika pale kwenye ndo hivyo. Ndo hivyo. Akuja akwe MP wa Lang'ata.
That is the only seat he ever won.
He was ever elected by people.
Yeah.
And I'm asking, let's nishikilie mic vizuri nikuulize. You see? Me holding the mic here, because I want to know, and I'm asking everyone, every you out here, wish na kuhimiza pale double tap, not double tap, in whatever it's called, like our live, share it, comment there, subscribe to the channel of Kenya News Alert, and tell us why kwa nini Raila anashinda kishindwa? Why? Isipokuwa muda unatupa kisogo. That's why I say that Kenya News Alert is your partner when it comes to your advertisement. Any advertisement, chochote, wherever, whenever you want us to come to you, we shall come to you, okay? We shall come, we shall advertise whatever you want us to advertise, because we have top tier directors, top tier producers, top tier actors and creative team of Kenya News Alerts. Okay, so wrap up for us. Wrap up as we finish this.
Okay. After Raila endorsed Kibaki, they won 67%.
But he wasn't the president.
No.
It was someone who was being the president.
Yeah.
So,
Odinga led the campaign for Kibaki throughout the country, while Kibaki was bedridden and incapacitated.
Oh, so
yeah. Because of the accident from his way back to from Nairobi to Nairobi.
Yes.
Campaign meeting at Machakos Junction. 40 kilometers from Nairobi. See, hapo Mombasa.
Chombe,
Yeah. So yeah. When assuming office, President Kibaki did not appoint Odinga as Prime Minister in the new government. I think we'll just wrap up there, because he has been promised heaven and earth.
Yes.
And Jerusalem. No,
yes.
Heaven and earth by...
Moi. By Kibaki.
Kibaki promised him Jerusalem.
By Uhuru.
You can imagine.
You know?
What? Why can't you learn something from these people? God!
So you guys, wherever you're watching us from, this is Kenya News Alerts. This was government and history. Na mbali tumefika kwenye mshangao, tunasema kwa nini Raila mpaka wa leo? Kwa nini Raila mpaka wa leo hajawahi shinda hiki kiti? Hiki kiti kinamkwepa tu, yani kinamkwepa kila wakati, si ndio? So we're going to wrap up for today. We're saying thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us. Huo muda ambao tumekuwa nanyi, tunashukuru sana. I've been a house of Zulfa. Thank you. And you are?
I am Louis Philip, and I'd like to ask that we have not completed the whole of Raila. If there is any chance we can continue, because Raila...
We cannot continue to Africa Apple, but the thing is, if anyone wants to know more, waende tu pale kwenye mtandao watafute. Wasome mpaka ile kitabu changu inaitwaje?
Flame of Freedom.
Waendelee hapo. We shall come with another person. Sababu yenyewe tuulize maswali nyingi. Tumuuliza kuhusu mbona ashindi. Mbona kutoka 1997 mpaka wa leo ashindi chiki, and we have gotten the answer. In 1997 he gave it all up for
Moi.
Yeah. No, next time I want to find a story of Moi. We shall do Moi Arab song. No Arab song.
Yeah.
Samoy. Arab song Moi.
Samoy Ruto.
is Arab Sang him? Moi Arab Sang. So you join us the next time in Kenya News Alerts, where we will be talking about Moi from saa 9 to saa 10. Okay? Yeah, so goodbye. Let us meet here tomorrow asubuhi kwenye Morning Tea Show, where we get everything political. Asante. Tashukuru. Bye bye.
And have a good, is it evening?
Yes, a good evening.
Yeah.